Good day everyone, I am Nur Aina Dirahmiti Mokhtar from Group 3 together with my group members Muhammad Firdaus bin Safwan, Anis Misara binti Muhammad Yusni, Siti Aina Aliyah binti Syekh Saiful Amin, Fatihati binti Muhammad Zain and Nur Imanina binti Ismail will be presenting Chapter 3 Integrative Managerial Issue. The first question is, how does the concept of a global village affect organizations and managers? To answer this question, we have to understand what is meant by global village. Global village is a boundaryless world where goods and services are produced and marketed worldwide. There are three different types of global organizations, which is also known as multinational corporations (MNCs). Firstly, we have multi-domestic corporation, in which the management and other decisions are decentralized to the local country in which it is operating. Secondly, we have transnational borderless organization, in which the artificial geographical boundaries are eliminated. And third, we have global cooperation, in which the management and other decisions are centralized in the home country. So, Global Village allows the MNCs to operate globally through these 7 approaches. The first method is global sourcing, where the organization purchases the cheapest materials or labor from around the world. Next, we have exporting and importing. For exporting, organizations will produce products domestically and sell them to other countries, while for importing, organizations will acquire the products made abroad and sell them domestically. The fourth method is licensing, which is an agreement in which an organization gives another the right for a fee to make or sell its product using its technology or product specifications. Then we have franchising, which is an agreement in which an organization gives another organization the right for a fee to use its name and operating methods. Another approach is called strategic alliance, which is a partnership between a company and a foreign organization in which both share resources and knowledge in developing new products or building production facilities. While for joint venture, it is actually a specific type of strategic alliance, which is partners form a separate and independent organization for some business purpose. And the last approach is foreign subsidiary, which is a direct investment in a foreign country that involves setting up a separate and independent facility or office. So, in order for MNCs to operate globally, managers need to be aware the difference of laws, political, economic systems, and understanding the difference of cultures in a country. Group findings can be used as a cross-cultural framework. There are 6 elements in group findings. First, we have assertiveness, which is the extent to which a society encourages people to be tough, confrontational, assertive, and competitive versus modest and tender. Secondly, we have future orientation, which is the extent to which a society encourages and rewards future-oriented behavior such as planning, investing in the future, and delaying gratification. Third, we have gender differentiation, which is the extent to which a society maximizes gender role differences. The next element is uncertainty avoidance, which is the extent of society's reliance on social norms and procedures to alleviate the unpredictability of future events. Then we have power distance, which is also the degree to which members of society expect power to be unequally shared. And lastly, we have individualism versus collectivism, which is the degree to which individuals are encouraged by societal institutions to be integrated into groups within organizations and society. That's all from me. I'll now pass the floor to Muhammad Firdaus to continue with the presentation.
Hello, my name is Firdaus and we'll be continuing with the question 3-2, which is how do companies take advantage of local and also global opportunities by building their own suitable organizations? And to provide an example from your own country, which is Malaysia. So we'll be continuing with the solution. So, by building suitable organizations, it solves majority of the environment issues. Whether through climate or culture, for example, the company will work their way to make adaptations in their company so that it handles most of the bad issues created by the current environment that may create a problem towards the company's financial. It also creates the most sustainable environment for local workers, since the company is intentionally designed for local customs and culture which the majority would likely favor. And lastly, it grants easier access to branch out to the other companies for partnerships, since this type of company should already know their surrounding environment and who's their strong competitors to go up against. or even creating new friendly networks with them. So the examples provided, which is Notion VTech, which is a noticeably rising company for the supply of PPE products for outside workers. And also Sam Dhabi is still currently making culture or exchange programs, which is popular in Sarawak for better understanding of their culture. And also Top Glove, which is currently famous in the COVID environment for supplying masks for the public. So ultimately, these companies have one thing in common, which is they make the most of their situation in order for the company to sustain and stay on top. Okay, so the advantages of having the rotating system in the company is that the workers can learn other cultures and also behaviors. It also creates better cooperation between them through knowing one another. One simple example is that imagine you're a worker in the new company and you have to hustle every day introducing yourself to other workers because you rarely meet them every day. But through the rotating system embedded in the company, it makes better access for you and also other workers, creating new friends ultimately and also unintentionally because you have to be rotated each week in the company. So for the drawbacks, it may incur racism between the co-workers, especially if they have different opinions and also cultural behaviors. It also provides less synergy between the workers since the workers that have bonded strongly have to be separated because of the rotating system. So ultimately, workers will not enjoy their environment, and also ideas may clash one another since their cultures are different, and also the way of their thinking for a solution is also different. Thank
For
you.
this question, the question is what are the managerial implications of Hofstede research on culture, environment, and the globe study? So I will answer the first question. Gerd Hofstede have made survey over 116,000 employees in 40 countries, all of whom who work for IBM. Hofstede data indicates that, in general, national culture has a major impact on employees' work-related values and attitude. He classified those values and attitudes into 5 specific dimensions of national culture: power distance, individualism versus collectivism, quantity of life versus quality of life, asceticy avoidance, and long-term versus short-term orientation. Okay, we will dive deep down into the managerial implication of Hofstede research on cultural environment. Based on Hofstede research, we have 9 managerial implications. The first one is assertiveness. This is a dimension to which a society defines the attitude of the individuals, encourage people to be tough, confrontational, assertive, and competitive in current scenario. The second one, future orientation. Broadly defined as the extent to which an individual thinks about the future, anticipates future consequences, and plans ahead before acting. This is a dimension to which a society encourages and rewards future-oriented behavior in terms of planning, investment in the future project. The third one, gender differentiation. This is a dimension to which a society maximizes gender role differences. Differences between males and females are assigned social significance and are used as a means of social classification. The fourth one, uncertainty avoidance. It means deals with a society tolerance for uncertainty and ambiguity. This is a dimension in which a society relies on social norms and procedure to avoid the unpredictability of future events. The fifth one, power distance, refer to the way in which power is distributed unequally and the less powerful accept it. This is a dimension to which members of society expect power to be unequally shared. Number 6. Individualism or collectivism. This is a dimension in which individuals are encouraged by societal institutions to be integrated into groups within organization and society. It means that individuals' goals and the right of the individual person focus on group goals, what is best for the collective group and personal relationship. Number 7. In-group collectivism. This is a dimension to which member of society takes pride in small groups, in terms of their family, circle of close friends, and the organization in which they are employed. Number 8. Performance orientation. This is dimension to which a society encourage and reward group member for performance improvement and excellence. So for the group member that show innovation, high standard and excellent performance are encouraged and rewarded. Last, human orientation. This is dimension to which a society encourage and reward individuals for being fair, altruistic, generous, caring, and kind to others. For the second question, the GLOBE study, Global Leadership and Organizational Behavior. It proved the effectiveness that these dimensions are valid, expanded, and updated to measures of country cultural difference. The cross-cultural studies of human behavior and organizational practice will increasingly use them. This will assess the effectiveness of dimension between them. For example, international advertising. That's all from.
Hi everyone, my name is Fatihati. I will be presenting on question 3.4. The question asks us to illustrate 3 ways in which a business serves society. Provide clear-cut examples. Firstly is purchasing power. Business helps society by providing the required purchasing power. Companies pay their employee money and then the employee will invest it in the economy. This situation will create a cash cycle which economy depends on. More money will lead to more purchasing power. As a result, business are crucial to society as whole. Secondly is producing talented society. Education institutions play a role in educating the citizen to become informed and talented citizen. Education is essential to a country that can be used for upliftment of society. If a country has a low education level, it will lead to a stagnation of society due to the lack of knowledge of its citizens. Hence, education institutions serve society by producing talented and informed citizens. Lastly is provide safety. Construction companies play a role of sustaining the lives of society by building wonderful buildings and facilities to bring benefits and convenience to the society. This job is often very dangerous, hence the company always keep its employees safe. This job is often very dangerous. Hence, the company always keep its employees' safety by providing safety equipment and applying safety rules and regulations.
Hi everyone, my name is Misara and I will present question 3.5. The question is, the marketplace is competitive. In this context, explain business sustainability in the current market environment. What is business sustainability? Business sustainability is the management and coordination of environmental, social, financial demands and concerns to ensure responsible, ethical and ongoing success. For sustainability is the business strategy for creating long-term value by considering how company functions in social and economic climate. I will give you an example company that illustrates sustainability, which is Nike and Adidas. Nike have focused on reducing waste and minimizing its footprint. Nike has recognized that its clients have becoming more environmentally aware and cautioning retailers who do not have good green policies in place. Nike has consistently prioritized the interests of its clients, and this has served as a foundation of many of its marketing campaigns. Next, Adidas. Adidas create greener supply chain and target specific issues like eliminating plastic bags. Adidas have their own bold vision, which is to only use recycled plastic in its trainers and clothing by 2024. As you can see, both of the company have their own powerful strategy to running their business. Next, to address sustainability, companies need to know critical gaps. There are 2 critical gaps, which is the knowing doing gap. The knowing doing gap is the inability to put new ideas into practice. Second, the compliance competitive advantage gap, which is ability to stay ahead of present or potential competition. Companies that can stand out in the area sustainability will address both gaps. They will know the risk of getting this wrong. Next, how business can survive in competitive marketplace. I will give you 3 points. First, cost leadership strategy. Companies may place themselves ahead of the pack by offering attractive pricing. Economic of scale and efficient operation can help a company keep competition out of being the low-cost provider. Being low-cost provider can be a significant barrier to entry, but if low pricing done consistently can put brand loyalty be a huge competitive advantage. Next, differentiation strategy. Branding is the most widely used method to differentiate one company from another, such as Nike or Rolex automatically assumes a status distinct and apart from all other shoes or watches. Lastly, innovative strategy. Innovative strategy. Company may more ahead of the competition by doing things in new and different ways.
Now we will go through the 10-point summary for the case study from top to bottom. Number 1, PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC is a professional services company that ranked first for top companies for diversity. Number 2, Bob Moritz, PwC's chairman and senior partner, believes that diversity is the key to sustainable global growth for an organization. Number 3, his work team when he worked in Japan included individuals from France, Australia, United Kingdom, and Japan. He realizes that different cultures approach problems with different perspectives. Number 4, to help his company succeed in today's global economy, an inclusive culture that attracts and retains diverse talent is important. Number 5, several diversity programs and initiatives are conducted to achieve the goal. Moving on, number 6, Chief Diversity Officer (CDO) reports directly to the chairman, giving the position credibility and accountability. The position also rotates every 2 years among partners. PwC also commits to talent development, as prosper or fail determined by human talent. It is made priority to find, engage, and promote the best and brightest employees, especially those from underrepresented groups. PwC offers many benefits for the employees such as backup childcare assistance, paid paternity leave, nanny resources and referrals, on-site religious accommodations, well-being rewards, and tax equalization for all domestic partners. Number 9, provides mentoring program where a senior employee who is also called a protege sponsors and supports a less experienced employee. The partners' evaluation will be based on their advocacy and investment in these individuals. And last but not least, a toolkit is provided to help mentors, which includes guidelines, suggested readings, other internal resources, and the most important one, video showing real-life examples of partners and staff members sharing their personal experience with mentoring. I will now pass the floor to the next presenter.
Thank you, Anis. Okay, for this question, how might population trends affect a professional services organization like PwC? What might it have to do to adapt to this trend? Okay, I will answer the first question. PwC can be affected by population trends in many ways, as PwC is an organization which specializes in diversity management, which means that PwC employees are all over the world. Population trends give the opportunity to PwC staff to learn different kinds of ways of solving and performing the single task. As to these tasks, employees are involved who are from the different part of the earth. Population trends, especially in US, are changing because more and more students are coming from the EMC, emerging market countries, especially from India, China, and SE Asia. This means that the diversity profile and mix is constantly changing. Also, many students of immigrants who came to the US in the 1970s and 1980s are now of employable age. Most of them will be college educated and looking for employment in professional companies like PwC. This is a shift in the pattern of the professional joining PwC, especially as new hires. This means that the collateralized debt obligation (CDO) must consider a new demographic in his diversity pattern and learn all he can of the new groups coming in from Asia and Latin America. This helped the firm since it adds a few new perspectives to the think tank within PwC. Furthermore, this provides a firm base for PwC to expand into this country since they already have a lot of experience in dealing with this ethnic group within the firm. For the second question, what might PwC have to do to adapt to these trends? First, PwC should adapt to the new normal that new hires are likely to use them as a training ground to transfer their experience back to their home country. Also, PwC must look to use this opportunity to expand its operations further into these countries. This will be how PwC could adapt to the evolving situation. That's all from me. I will pass the floor to Fatin. Thank you.
Moving on to question 35. What challenges might PwC face in adapting to a more diverse applicant pool of college graduates? As PwC hires additional various and diverse candidates, the organisation can become heterogeneous and might increase the challenges that they have faced. This will drive internal changes to the company as a diverse workforce is able to engage in more innovative decision making. But at the same time, it also includes dealing with new cultures, religions and languages which can lead to conflict and communication due to the different language. PwC also has to well prepare for those applicants in order to do their job and would have to pay more for training costs. There is also gap of experience between old and new employees that PwC should concern about.
For question 26, businesses often face the dilemma of retaining diverse employees once they are trained. What can PwC do to retain its diverse employees? Firstly, PwC can make sure everyone is involved and commits, especially those who hold top management positions. Having a diverse workforce also means to have the presence of diverse ideas. The role of management is to support and involve employees in weighing the various ideas so the employees can feel welcome and accepted. Secondly, PwC can also mentor people from different culture, ethnic backgrounds or gender. This can help them do their job properly as well as creating bond to make sure the company's position is good. As a result, employees are comfortable with each other and also grow in their careers. Now I'll pass to the next presenter.
Next, for question 327, what advantage do you think PwC mentoring program provides? What potential drawbacks might there be? Next, first, for the advantage, they can create a learning culture in the company. They are creating company culture that values learning and development. Employees will know future is being invested in if they are paired with a mentor who can help guide their career development. They can promote a collaborative learning environment where it is encouraged that employees gain knowledge for those around them. Next, promotes personal and professional development. They can create safe place for employee to learn. They can comfortable in taking risks and making mistakes because they understand they should constantly be learning. Next is disadvantages. If the company have a mentoring program, it can be enhanced feelings of resentment. If a mentor not fully bought into mission of the company, then mentoring program can increase resentment. The mentor will feel like they are asked to do more work without getting paid more to do it. Second, takes time to develop high quality mentors. To have a good mentor, they need have an effective training class, workplace experience, and encouragement. Mentoring in the workplace program will cost something before it is started. If there is no time to develop good mentors, there can never be a good mentoring program.
Hello, so this is the final question, which is PwC's rotating shift diversity officer is an unusual approach. So what are the advantages that we see in an arrangement and also the drawbacks of it? So let's move on, shall we? Okay, so the advantages of having the rotating system in the company is that the workers can learn other cultures and also behaviors. It also creates better cooperation between them through knowing one another. One simple example is that imagine you are a worker in the new company and you have to hustle every day introducing yourself to other workers because you rarely meet them every day. But through the rotating system embedded in the company, it makes better access for you and also other workers, creating new friends ultimately and also unintentionally because you have to be rotated each week in the company. So for the drawbacks, it may incur racism between the co-workers, especially if they have different opinions and also cultural behaviors. It also provides less synergy between the workers since the workers that have bonded strongly have to be separated because of the rotating system. So ultimately, workers will not enjoy their environment, and also ideas may clash one another since their cultures are different, and also the way of their thinking for a solution is also different. Thank you. All right then. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and have a nice day.